Hi everyone, Paul Morbid here, Morbid Team Entertainment. So, as artist and experimental filmmaker, I'm mixing the two mediums so I can paint on my canvas and then film that, and it gives my more surreal, horrific effect of what I want to get across in the story right there. So I also for student artists want to give you some tips here. So if you want to if you're living in a very dusty area, all right, and you're always looking to save money, I use these water jugs right here when we order water, and when I'm finished, I just easily slide that in there. These are some of my top A-grade professional brushes, okay, that I use with, the professional acrylics. Now, if I'm just doing something basic for a film, which I generally am, I'll paint that in my much less inexpensive brushes that are still hog hair, like these are natural hog hair. Then I'll use those, but a much more inexpensive brush. I don't want to subject my very nice brushes to low-grade paint. That could be an issue, right? So here's some more tips. All right, in my man cave studio, here are some items that I keep within this can, okay? So in case I'm gonna go somewhere, take a little trip, something like that, okay? I've got a small white bottle of gesso for primer, my pencil, all right. Slide this stuff over here. Scotch tape, masking tape for you-know-what, creating those lines you want to do. The Faber-Castell kneading eraser, so that we've known since whatever grade of school, stapler. Any type of notepad, so I can write something down in here, okay, sketch something out, all right, probably while I'm on a bus, that type of thing. Rope, and lots of it. So this is if I hang some paintings, some canvases, that type of thing out to dry. We all know this little fella right here, okay, and if you in art class you don't, you need to. Toothpicks for picking up those tiny little whatevers on your painting. One of these, you can clip anything, you can hang, you know what to do with these. They're great for hanging different types of things, including movie film. This, I take it, and believe it or not, I take this and I wrap it over lens, just like that, and it creates that type of design, whatever type of design I want to, and then I can start to film. It gives a very surreal look. So after I've made my painting, finished one, then I can add this to it, just like that. So the next thing that I have to do with this is I've got to start testing. Well, continue to testing rather. So I'm going to do it with some Tri-X Kodak in this 200 cartridge of Fujichrome singly. Now, I'm doing this to see if it's actually going to work. Some other people have done this and this type of thing, but I've got to do it for myself to see if it's actually going to work. All right, and my selected cameras are, of course, my Fujica single 8 ZC1000 and my Z800. So these are the ones that I primarily want to test it with right here to see if everything's going to work out. So it's with these tests that I have a lot to do with film and the different cameras, the Z800 and the ZC1000 in particular. So to get all this stuff right, so to make sure it's what I want it to do and it's going to work out smoothly, I've got to work out all this stuff for the single 8 cartridges to make them work out great and conveniently. I've got to make sure that the single 8 is not lost. Other companies are doing it, so I got to make sure I can do it myself, because for the remote area that I'm in, no one's offering it, so that's why I have to do it by myself. I have no other choice. No one's going to sell it to me, and I have to do all the work singularly. And that is just the true facts of it right there. So time will tell. It's just going to take time again, and it's just going to take testing and a lot of it. And for more videos like these on 8mm, standard double 8mm, single 8, super 8, 16mm, remember, as always, do subscribe. Until next time, later. Ha!